YouTube, what's up guys? It's Jeremiah here, and we're back with episode 2 of our Bloodborne walkthrough. We're basically right exactly where we left off. We just got off that operating table, and if you watched my last video, we got off the operating table after a bunch of gory and demonic shit happened, and right at the end of my video, I said if you're not a fan of gory stuff and you don't like gothic demonic stuff, I mean, it's not necessarily sorry about that. Not necessarily that you don't like it, but if you're just not comfortable with it, just stop watching now, because this game just gets worse and worse when it comes to gothic and demonic shit. So basically, you come from the operating table and you open that door and you go down these steps. You just go straight through these doors, and you're going to see this werewolf right here. I'm actually doing post commentary on this video because the live commentary that I did actually got all messed up. So if you're not familiar with what the difference between post and live commentary is, post commentary is doing commentary after the video, so I already know what happens, and live is just doing commentary as you're playing. So anyway, this werewolf right here, his health's down quite a bit, as you can see, but it's still pretty hard to kill him considering you have no weapons and all you have is your bare hands. If you do kill him with your bare hands, you get an achievement. But I mean, you don't have to. It's just an achievement. But not an achievement, my bad. A trophy. This is an Xbox. So if you kill him with your bare hands, you get a trophy. And if you're like me, you'll want to get that trophy because I like to go for platinum for every single game that I get. Games like this, if it's like Call of Duty or something or Battlefield, I don't really care because you have to do the campaign in order to do that. And I'm not really a big fan of campaigns for first-person shooter games. Unless it's like the older Call of Duties. The new campaigns that they've been making are just stupid. But anyway, right here you see how my strategy to taking out the werewolf. If you don't know how, I actually died to him purposely just because I already have the trophy. But before that, while I was blabbing my mouth about other stuff, the way to kill the werewolf, the easiest way, is right before he attacks, you want to dodge. You just want to circle around him and get behind him and hit him in the back or the ass, you know, whatever, as many times as you can. And every time you hit him, it stuns him, so he can't, like, as you're hitting him, he can't just turn around and start hitting you back, because every time you punch him, he jerks and gets stunned. But you definitely want to be careful of your stamina bar. And there's another cutscene. Okay, so that cutscene. Sorry guys, I'm really tired. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning right now. And I still haven't slept. That cutscene was basically just introducing you to the Hunter's Dream, and the Hunter's Dream is where we are at right now. The Hunter's Dream is like your safe haven. You come here to level up, you come here to buy things, you come here to just... Nothing can attack you while you're in here. So it's just basically your safe haven. That little doll that you can see right there to my left, that is actually how you level up. If you look up at the top right, you will see those two bars in the very top right of the screen, and it says 0, 0. Well, the top bar is your blood echoes. You get them from killing enemies, you know, bosses. You get quite a bit more from killing a boss than you do just standard enemies. But what those are used for is to level up, and you can actually use them to buy things. They're mainly used for leveling up. And you give your blood echoes to that doll. The doll isn't available right now because you actually have to defeat the first boss. I don't know if you'd have to defeat him or just like discover him or die to him. Pretty sure it's that you have to defeat him. I could be wrong. But you definitely have to get to the first boss in order to unlock the doll so you can level up. Right here, these little like skeletons that pop up, they actually this is your first and your starting out weapon. You can get more and more different weapons as the game goes on. Everyone picks the Hunter Axe just because the Hunter Axe has more damage. But I don't see it that way. I personally prefer the Saw Cleaver just because it's only 8 less damage. And if you think about it, the Saw Cleaver swings a substantial amount faster than the Hunter Axe. So if you really think about it, the Saw Cleaver does more damage. Honestly, that's just my opinion. The threaded cane is kind of just pointless. I don't really like it. It's more for like long range attacks and kind of keeping a distance. But I don't like them. I prefer the saw cleaver, and we're actually going to go with that one in this account. And then you get your choice from the hunter pistol and the hunter blunderbuss. The hunter blunderbuss is my favorite. What these are used for, you have them on your left hand, and then your right hand is what your weapon's on. But what these are used for is you can use them to draw aggro from enemies, but what they're mainly used for is right before an enemy hits a power attack. Enemies in this game and every Souls type game have a certain attack pattern. They have their regular attacks, then they do like a combo, you know, and then they do their like heavy hitting power attack. If you shoot them with either the hunter pistol or the blunderbuss, right as they're about to hit you with that power attack, it actually stuns them, and they fall back on like their knees, and they're like, and they stay there for like 3 seconds, and that gives you an opportunity to hit them. And if you hit them, you perform a special attack that does like 4 times more damage than a regular attack or something like that. But the blunderbuss is actually way easier to hit special attacks. This is just my opinion. It's way easier to hit special attacks. The blunderbuss is just the best one in my opinion. It's the one that I pick. It's the one I prefer. And that is actually what we're going to pick on this account. I don't know how much I explained during live commentary. Probably not that much more than I just explained, so probably just have to wait until I decide to move on. Anytime now. Damn, what was I talking about? There we go. And then up here is just like your notebook. Your notebook you just use to like leave notes for people if you play online. And during this playthrough, we're actually not going to be playing online, but you know, if a boss gets too hard for us and we make a mistake over and over again, we'll summon an online character to help us out. I actually do want to do that. I actually do want to introduce you guys to the co-op, because it's actually pretty neat. And so is the player versus player. You use item to invade other people's worlds and fight them. It's pretty cool. So that headstone that you guys just saw, that's basically how you travel back to your most recently discovered lamppost. And I don't think I've explained lampposts, you guys. Lampposts are the most like essential key thing in this game. Every time you see a lamppost, if you look to my right on the screen right now, that's a lamppost. Every time you every time you see one of those, you definitely want to light it, because that is your checkpoint. Dark Souls 2, you know, Demon Souls, Bloodborne isn't like any other game. It is, you can't just save, you know, where you're at and then just die and then come back to that exact place where you saved. It's not like that. There's set checkpoints, and that's what those lampposts are. So every time you see one of those, I do advise you to light it, or you're gonna have a lot of trouble. Right there, I actually went in here to fight him with fists again, because I didn't think I thought that I already equipped my weapon, and I almost died to him. So it's the same strategy to kill him with a weapon than it is with your fists. It just takes longer with your fists. But the saw cleaver wrecks him. What you just saw there, the thing that said blood echoes retrieved, it's like a little red notebook looking thing almost on the ground, and then it has like a red light coming up off it. Whenever you see that, so every time you die, you lose all of your blood echoes. Blood echoes are up in the top right, like I told you guys earlier, where it says 655 now. It used to say 0. But if you see that little area, if you see that little notepad thing where with the red like light coming off of it, that's actually where your blood echoes got dropped when you died. So your blood echoes aren't just gone forever when you die. So you don't panic if you die and you're like, wow, I had like 10,000 blood echoes. You can get them back if you make it back to where you died. Also, your blood echoes don't only come in that like notebook form. If an enemy can actually pick up your blood echoes, and the way to tell if they picked it up or not is to look at their eyes. Their eyes will be glowing purple if they picked up your blood echoes or not. So that's a good thing to look out for. We've made it to Central Yharnam, which is basically just the area where most of the little beginner area enemies are. Right here is our first like enemy. I let him hit me right there because I wanted to show you guys the blood vials, if you guys don't know what those are. they heal you. As you saw right there, he took about a third of my health down, and then I used a blood vial, and it healed me up to 100% health. It won't. A blood vial won't always heal you all the way up. It just depends on where your health bar is at. Like if your health bar is at, 10% and you use a blood vial, it'll probably only bring you back up to like 40, 50%. So kind of use your blood vials wisely. If you get hit once and you just have like a little bit of health down, don't use the blood vial. There's no point in that. A lot of people also get confused right here where I'm at. They can't open that gate. They can't go down. They can't go left. And they're like, wow, did I beat the game? Whatever. All you have to do is pull that lever right there. It's kind of hidden almost, but all you have to do is pull it and then it drops down this ladder. And that thing that just screamed is actually the is actually the first boss. But I'm not going to spoil anything for you. I'm not going to tell you his name or nothing like that. So that's basically going to do it for this episode, guys. We're at the very first actual lamppost that you discover. As you can see, I light it right here. In the next video, we'll actually get into like actual gameplay, and we'll actually start fighting people and fighting like a lot more people. We only fought like 4 people in this, like 5 or 6 people in this episode. But the next episode, we'll be fighting a lot more, and we might actually get to the boss. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe and smash that like button, and I will see you guys in the next video.